Absolutely, absolutely. It's a short field at Bradford.
Yeah.
It's a few metres shorter than regulation, so that's certainly been my goal. Kick the ball early, kick it deep and get down there and restrict territory.
OK, let's rejoin John Keir and Ray French.
Kick it deep and restrict territory. Good, sensible arguments there from all three, Robbie, Jonathan and Brian. And, well, no lack of incident in that first half. Rayner, red card, Lima a yellow card, Bradford down to 12 men. And not forgetting, John, that Wigan have lost their talisman back there, Sam Tompkins.
Yes, they really have. But an interesting point from that as well is that the interchange when Tompkins came off, the substitute went on. It will not count on the number of interchanges, which is 12 that you can have in a game.
Wigan then picking up here, and I believe Tanya's got some more information for us down there. No Tanya as yet.
Yeah, Sam Tompkins has just wandered past me into the dugout. He's feeling pretty groggy, and they're going to sit him out here in the cool to decide whether or not they'll send him back on. But at the moment, he's feeling pretty rough.
I think as long as Wigan are winning, John, I don't think Sam will arrive back on, do you?
No, I think they'll err on the side of safety, and rightly so.
Richards running strongly now, coming from full-back position.
Hold, go, Oliver, off his head.
Paul Deacon beginning to control things around that ruck area now.
Move. Hold, go.
Last tackle. That's a tricky ball, which taken well by Royston. You have to be here to really appreciate the strength and the swirling nature of this wind here at Odsall.
And you got to admire Royston's composure as well. He knew exactly where he was. He was in the goal area, just took the ball and then straight away realised it was a tap 20 and got the Bulls rolling forward once again.
Diskin organising things there from the acting half-back position. Bryn Hargreaves doing the running down that short side. Ooh, that looked a shade forward again. They are very, very flat, these Bradford forwards.
Move. Hold. Go.
Yeah, well.
Another one, John. And one of the problems is that the modern referee is 10 metres back from away there. He relies so much on the touch judge. Fifth tackle. Well stopped. Good stop. Oh, and here's a chance for Brett Finch. Can he go the full length of the field? I think he will. Nobody will catch him. Oh, a great moment for that lad. And Wigan hit right back, 75 metres. Brett Finch, former Melbourne Storm star, didn't start off too well in the Wigan colours. Suffered a long injury over the winter. Took some getting used to the game here, but good stop, good running.
Yeah, it looked as if it was going to be a teasing little kick from Briggs, but it was really well there, Finch, to trap the ball, and then he fends off a Bradford defender and just backs his pace. And all the Bulls team were obviously chasing the kick, so they're going the wrong direction. So he's got plenty of time there to cross and plonk the ball beneath the H's. It's pretty good skill that to stop, first of all, to defuse the element of the Bulls attack.
And a good handoff, John.
There's no better counter than the 4 points. And as you rightly point out there, Ray, a good right-handed fend to take him into the fresh air.
Took a long time to recover from a serious neck injury received down under there with the Melbourne Storm. And Richard again, no problem with that conversion. So Wigan strike back in the second half quite dramatically.
Yeah, great skill there. And there's the fend. And that's when he's just back in his pace. There's plenty of support coming anyway from the Wigan Warriors if he'd needed it. But no possibility of Finch being caught whatsoever. Good try.
Kick retrieved by Paul Prescott. 16-6 then for Wigan now, and a strike there within 5 minutes of the resumption. Could really actually tell now for the confidence of this Bradford side. And Tanya down there again.
Go on, mate.
Yeah, I've got Bradford Bulls Mark Herbert with you were stamping your feet as that try went over. Not what you needed when you were on level men.
Nah, exactly. I think
Just break off.
Good ball here now. Pat Richards coming in to score, but a beautiful one-handed pass there from Darryl Goulding. It was that pass that made the try. Richards will appreciate that as he strolls in at the side of the post. Sorry to interrupt Tanya down there with Mark Herbert, but Wigan in for yet another, and suddenly what hopes Bradford may have had, John, seemingly evaporating.
Yeah, that may be a step too far, that one, but it was an excellent try here. I love the skill here from Darryl Goulding. There could be a question about that being a forward pass, but look at that. One-handed carry, just keeps Ben Jeffries at bay before he offloads to the supporting Pat Richards on the inside. And that's great skill, you know. Goulding earlier, he created a try with a lovely pass, quick in and out pass to the outside. That point, he was out on the wing, and he just held Jeffries off. One-handed pass to the inside. Great grip on the ball, great weighting of the pass, and a bit of cheek there by Pat Richards in the in-goal area.
And the problem, John, of 12 men trying to stop a try when it's moving out to the flanks. Richards then with the goal, and another easy conversion attempt for the Australian.
Lovely play, wasn't it? First of all, Finch once again involved. Richards round the back, then swift hand to Goulding, and Richards, who was involved in the move earlier, supporting, tracking on the inside, and that's the reward. He gets 6 points beneath the post.
The second try of the afternoon.
What are you getting, Matt?
And a good kick from Bradford.
Yeah, difficult to take in the wind. He really did loft the ball high there, and
well, Paul Deacon should know all about that. He's done that a time or two in his own right with Bradford.
Okay.
Good kick again against the wind, John.
Marvellous kick from Richards there, and you know, it's almost like having a set of 6 and then clearing your own line. Great kick.
Bradford in possession, but struggling now. Just 7 minutes gone in this second half, and the score transformed from 10-6 to 22-6. And whilst we've got a stoppage in play, perhaps we can speak to Tanya without me interrupting her.
I am due up to myself, mate. So they've got Mark Herbert, not the start of the second half you wanted.
No, definitely not. I think we spoke about it at half-time as it being 12-on-12 for the first 7 minutes, and you know, I think we needed to hold them out there for sure, and probably frustrate them into the half.
So what happens now as they've now got the extra man?
Well, I think we're holding on at the end there, and I think we can get. Here we go.
Good try! Well, every time I pass to Tanya, I've got to interrupt her. But there's a try. She must be something of a lucky omen. Good try there for Patrick Arban in at the corner. Good running from Jeffries.
Yeah, it's excellent work, this. It's good shape there. There's 3 men pushing up, but they hit the back man. Then Jeffries hits the ball at pace, and this time it's Finch who's held off, and Finch tries to take Jeffries out. You'll see it. He runs on an overs line, backs his pace, holds Finch off. And that's a pretty good pass there to Ivan, who does really well to claw it in and plonk it over by the sideline. Great skill at the end by the big Kiwi wingman. Good try.
Yep. Certainly Patrick Arban really did take that ball well, and again I'm reminded of Mick Potter's words in midweek when he said that after the opposition scores, heads go down, but it's what happens next that counts, and what has happened next is a 4-pointer. Can it be 6? Oh, it can! Yes, it is! And Bradford will not lie down. 12 men or no 12 men. There's a smile on that Patrick Arban's face.
Well, there's no wonder there's a smile on his face, because from Ben Jeffries' initial half break, he finishes superbly well with a juggle. Great skill, though, to put the ball down, and then to convert from the sidelines in these conditions. An excellent kick indeed, and it really has. It's brought back Bradford back into the game.
Sponsored by No Leaks Plumbing entirely. Number 5, Patrick Arban.
Well, that's a huge kick.
My word, what a kick-off that was.
It was so high, John, it caught the wind and blew it back to...
It really did.
To Wigan. You couldn't do that anywhere else but here. Wigan then.
Let's give a bit of a rap to the kick as well, though.
Yeah. Oh yes, oh yes. Regaining possession. Half an hour remaining. Here's a chance down the right-hand side. Joel Tompkins. Has he been run out? Yes, he has, but still Wigan on the attack. It's all action here now at Odsal. 22-12 for Wigan. Play on, says Mr. Ganson.
Yeah, played at the arm again.
Bradford breathe again.
Yeah, Olivier Ellimer there. Played at the dummy half arm. Forced the error. Now that's great defence.
Why did he pass that back? It's O'Loughlin's ball there now. Back to one tackle. It's a penalty. Holding in Lima. Driving in as hard as he can. Legs pumping, but good tackling there. Lulawai looking to dart and dodge his way through. No way through for Thomas there. O'Loughlin, Deacon switches the blind side. Bradford, just 12 men holding this line at the moment. O'Loughlin, Finch. And again, good tackling. Flat in there.
Hold, go.
Oh. No. Well, was it a knock on, or did it?
We've got a first knock on by Bradford.
Did it come off?
Check what happened after that.
Off his knee.
Okay.
Well, we'll soon find out, Ray. There's no doubt about that. The cameras don't lie. So, very interesting. Steve Ganson choosing to go to the video referee. It's a pass here.
That was knocked down by Wigan, John. Surely with that left arm. I think Chris Tewson knocked that down.
Well, he's claiming that Diskin played at that ball and knocked it onto the Wigan player.
Looks a pass anyway.
I think Diskin's played at that ball. I think there's a change in the flight of the ball where Diskin plays it from Finch's pass.
Well, Diskin knocks on, but surely doesn't the Wigan player knock on?
Well, it's just hit his body, hasn't it? So, but it makes no odds anyway, because he's grounded on the dead ball line. So that'll be scrum, head and feet to Wigan, in my mind.
So it's a knock on off Bradford.
So the decision will be knock on Bradford then,
Wigan
John,
ball.
originally. That's right, no try, Wigan ball.
Good attack.
Certainly, John, with the modern technology, years ago, that probably would have been a try.
All right.
Well,
Brett, get it in
yeah,
there.
but
No, I mean, it should not have been, but because just pure eyesight, it may have been a try.
One. Move. Hold.
But it certainly wasn't.
it wasn't, no. And the correct decision was arrived at.
But Wigan might get one here. 5 metres from that line. Lulawai to Deacon. Working well at half back. Finch again with the dummy. Driving forward. Just can't get there.
Move. Mark square.
Platt screaming at the other players.
Well, they're certainly
For
making a
support,
play at
outline.
this Bradford right-hand side defence, aren't they?
Lulawai attempting to go himself on the last tackle. O'Loughlin. Good short ball. No, good tackling. Very, very good defence. Excellent defence there by Bradford. In fact, John, you would have thought Wigan would have swung it out wide with just 12 men lined up against you.
Well, you've got to go forward first. You can't just pass around teams, because obviously what they do is adjust the defensive line. But that's great skill from Hoffman there. He had the ball in such a tight grip. He's reaching out to try and put it over the line. When he sensed he couldn't, he reeled it back in. That's marvellous skill.
Surrender. Stand. 3. Hold.
Diskin organising here at the acting half back. Good long kick by Briggs. Sends Wigan scuttling back there.
It's a cracking kick, that one, wasn't it?
Very good.
One. Move.
And there's the recipe for the rest of the half, I believe, for the Bulls.
Two.
Substitution for the Wigan Warriors, number 10, Andy
Just
Coley
10
goes back
points
on in
between
to
these
replace number 14,
two
Paul
sides, but of
Prescott.
course that last 10-15 minutes will tell, John, on a 12-man team.
Four. Move. Hold. Go.
Luluai, good break.
Well, they've certainly gone forward now, so they might look for the edge, but the only problem is it's the last tackle, so boot to ball.
Brett Finch
All on.
picked up out there by Kyle Briggs.
Nice footwork there, wasn't it, from this Bradford standoff?
Go.
Substitution
Bradford
for
playing with a lot of
number 29, Tom Burgess.
character and commitment.
Andy Lynch.
Driving it in short.
Third. Move.
Just Tewson getting in the action there with the tackle, number 23.
Play on.
Well taken.
It was well taken. Watched it all the way in there, Charlie. It's a good riposte
good
as well.
play.
One.
One of
Move.
half a dozen Wigan St Patrick's amateur players in this side. What a testimony to that club. 6 lads in the Wigan side, and even
Hold, Matt.
Ian Lenigan played for them as a junior.
Third. Move. Hold.
Luluai there, poised, doing a lot of good work. Huddersfield seemingly, their 2 results. Huddersfield 30, Catalan 16, and St Helens
Move.
comfortable winners by 70 points to 0 over Featherstone Rovers. So Huddersfield and St Helens in the draw on Monday evening.
Move. Hold. Go.
Finch. Oh, there's a mix-up there. Knock on.
That was a clever kick, wasn't it? That
was.
Just put it behind the centre, between the centre and the standoff half there. Whitehead and Briggs, and that's what caused the confusion.
Yeah,
and that's why they get the repeat set.
Yeah, and any ball in this wind, John, is swirling around. It's moving, isn't it? You're not quite sure you are underneath it.
Oh, it's very difficult,
mate.
but
Lock in, lads.
you've still to
Right,
secure
Paul.
a pretty good kick to just catch that, and let's see if we can take advantage.
Oh. Well, it was good blindside play initially,
For the Bradford Bulls, number
but
17 against
a knockdown.
13, Jamie Langley. Go on to
Yeah, did well there, Briggs.
He did.
Saved a try there, no doubt about that. Certainly played at the ball,
lads.
and it prevented a try from a 3-on-2
Okay.
situation.
Lock in.
Wigan again still on the attack. Deacon.
One. Move. Hold. Hold, mate. Go.
Hoffman.
Two. Move. Hold. Go.
Luluai, Bradford coming out very, very quickly. Oh, well, good tackle, but he couldn't put Joe Tompkins down.
Move.
Much bigger addition than his brother Sam. Now then,
Oh, you went straight for him.
James Luluai feeling that he was obstructed and the ball was ripped out, but not, says Mr. Ganson.
No, I think he was claiming that it was still in the ruck area. There's no doubt
Yeah,
it
but he's
was.
tracked
Yeah.
him.
But Lulai
He's
tried to
retreating back to his line, mate.
make the referee's decision for him and play it Elima.
Yeah.
But
Mr.
Okay,
Mr.
here we go.
Ganson insisting that the Bradford player was actually making his way back to the line.
One. Move. Go.
Diskin.
Dominant.
good defence, that, isn't it?
Stand.
Head towards his
Two.
own post on his back.
This
For the Bradford Bulls, number
this boy
9,
Finch is doing a lot of work, John. I think this is his best game I've seen him play since he came over here.
Oh, he's a good
Doing
player.
a lot of work.
He's a good player, as is Hoffman and Lima.
Ball on.
Good tackle.
One. Move.
Michael Platt tracking Pat Richards all along This Bradford crowd urging the Bulls on.
Well, you know, if Bradford can actually get the next score, you know, Ray, it may well put the seeds of doubt into the Warriors' mind, because they have started to use the wind very, very intelligently. Have the
Very
Bulls.
good play of the balls there from Wigan. Two very, very fast, quick play of the balls, direct, straight down the pitch from O'Loughlin and Lulawai. And Bradford suddenly find themselves back on their own line.
But they've always got the get out of jail card, haven't they, with this wind?
Yeah.
You know, they can always put boot to ball early if required.
Arvan.
So, move, hold, go.
Langley.
Third, move, go. Clear that.
Ooh.
Play on.
Play on, says the referee. Another set of 6.
One.
And again, Tanya.
Hold, go.
Yeah, we'll try and get through an interview with out to try if we can. And George Carmont with me for the Wigan Warriors. They're giving you a tough old game here, aren't they, Bradford?
Yeah, they are. You know, we can't seem to shake them off. I think our discipline let us down a bit in the first half, and you know, you can't give any team any cheap ball.
And what about the conditions? They seem at the moment to be playing the conditions a little bit better than you guys.
Yeah, we probably didn't make the most of the wind that we had in the first half, but you know, fortunately we've got a lead, and hopefully we can hang on to the end of the game.
How much does it mean to you to try and get to Wembley and get to the final?
Oh, you know, it's one of our goals. You know, we managed to win the Super League last year, so Wembley's definitely up there with what we want to achieve this year.
George, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay.
George Carmont there, the Samoan centre, who I'm sure would love to get to Wembley this year. There is some talk of him retiring at the end of the season.
Go. Sam,
Just
come on.
pulled out late this morning with a knock that didn't quite respond to treatment.
So, move.
Wigan edging forward again. And Lulawai and Deacon, John, combining well at half-back, if not with passes like that.
Commentator's curse there, Ray,
Exactly.
wasn't it? Yes, they had done previously anyway, so prior to that, but that's a bit of a sloppy pass. And a cheap header there. Richards couldn't pick that one up, but I think it was down to the pass that just tailed off. The weighting was all wrong, and that may as well have been down to the wind.
Okay.
But just look at the possession there. Wigan absolutely dominated it, and you've got to credit the Bulls. They've been mullered with the possession, and they've been well beaten with territory, but they're still in the game.
They certainly are. Here's this man Whitehead. Good play down that left-hand side. And again.
Third. Move.
Briggs.
Hold. Go.
Langley. Jeffries. Oh, Royston nearly missed it there. Ian Sibbett coming in well on the inside.
Four.
This
Move.
Bradford Bull side not lying down. Still taking it to Wigan. Langley.
Five.
Does it need a little grubber kick here now? Jeffries. Good ball to Platt. Oh, he's caught.
Turnover.
Well, that was a power play. They ran the ball there on the last tackle and almost pitched. Not a bad place to turn the ball over there, but if you turn the ball over in the corner, you must rev up in the next set of 6 to restrict the opposition go forward.
Platt. Oh.
And that's exactly what he's done.
He went in all his body weight there.
Great shot, wasn't it, there from Michael Platt?
Yeah, terrific shot, no doubt about it that Chris Chewson must have felt that tackle. Lulawai. Deacon. No way forward for Liam Farrell. Bradford Bulls, line speed. Very, very quick here now, coming in. Coley.
Well, that's a great defensive set, isn't it? They just need a bit of kick pressure now.
Richards. Not the best. Oh! Well, he got away with it. Patrick Arvan did not want to touch that ball in case he ended up in touch and giving the head and ball to Wigan.
He did a good job there, though. He let Goulding have the ball and just fedded him over the sideline. So good work there from the wingman Herman. But that's a great set, that, when you think that they turned the ball over in the corner, restricted the goal forward, put pressure on the kicker, and the reward is a scrum right on the halfway line. So the Bulls certainly haven't given up the ghost here, and they're doing justice to a knockout competition, because they're really scrapping all the way, knowing that you lose it and you're out.
Yeah, they certainly are. Been a lot of criticism from some of the Bradford fans regarding the team's performance and commitment, I think, at times this season, but nothing short here, nothing wrong here. Just less than 17 minutes remaining, 22-12 for Wigan. Bradford, remember, lost Gareth Rayner with the high tackle on Sam Tompkins. Oh, not the best of passes. Jeffries or Platt has to get back. Platt coming through. Oh, he's got the full back to beat. He's slim. Can he get good? He's still going. He's a big, strong lad.
Well, he almost made something out of nothing there, Ray.
Certainly was. Briggs now. Over Nicola Grubberkick. The chase is on. He scored. And Shad Royston has scored underneath the post. And 12-man Bradford are hitting back. And Wigan have a game on their hands here. And those Bradford fans know it.
Well, they've taken full advantage of that great defensive set that gave them the field position. And this is a pretty good piece of skill from Briggs and Royston. But this is the bust here from Platt, does really well. It seems if they're going nowhere, then all of a sudden he steps on the accelerator, uses his strength there to burst the Wigan defensive line. It's a scramble tackle from Richards, but great composure from Briggs. Lovely little dink kick there, and chasing as ever is Chad Royce. We spoke about his try-scoring exploits in the Championship with Halifax. Scores plenty of tries, and he was Johnny on the spot once again there.
And also full credit to Michael Platt, who never gave up. He got back up again. Patrick Arvan with the conversion, and suddenly 20 points to 6 down. Now Bradford trail by 22 points to 18.
That's some skill that, you know, because it was threading the cotton through the needle there, wasn't it? There were boots flying there to prevent the ball going through. But Briggs did a real good job, and that's a great finish by Royston. My word, Ray, we've got a game on.
So what do you think then, John? More of Robbie and Jonathan's and Brian's advice to get that ball down the other end of the pitch?
Absolutely, it's got to be. They've played the conditions very, very well, have the Bulls, and it's almost made up for being a man down, but we're going to play the conditions there from the kick-off.
Two terrific kick-offs from Wigan. That high ball, regaining the possession, putting themselves straight on the attack. Testing set of 6 here now for Bradford. They move in very, very quickly. Finch, not the best of passes there. Oh, he'll lose it. Knock on. And you can sense in this Bradford side, they're congratulating everybody. And a quick move again down to Tanya.
Yeah, it said something about the way this game is going, that Sam Tompkins is preparing to come back onto the pitch just a few moments after being told that he probably wouldn't. He sat back down again, but he has put his shirt on, so they are ready him possibly to come back onto the pitch.
And you can just sense a little mood of panic in that Wigan camp there on that bench, John.
Well, I wouldn't call it panic, but there's certainly concern down there. The concern's been because of the response from the Bulls. I think it's been very, very good indeed. No matter what the result is, there's certainly Michael Maguire and Sean Wayne something to think about.
They don't like the brothers glum, don't they? Anyway, I'm sure Wigan have a lot more up their sleeves yet. They have sufficient talent in this side suddenly to strike. But it's the Bradford Bulls who are taking the game to them. Langley, Briggs, Royston looking for... Oh, unfortunately, Platt overran him.
Stand 5.
Last tackle. Good little kick, keeps the momentum going downfield.
Well, they're certainly giving Wigan a lot to do. They're turning the ball over very, very close to the Wigan line consistently.
out. Bradford rushing to complete the scrum. And Jonathan, I believe, wants to say something now. Jonathan?
Yeah, I think that Bradford, you know, they just got to keep it very simple. You know, keep the ball. They're still a man short, but, you know, make more use of the wind. That was a nothing kick there, you know, gives Wigan a bit of rest, and the Wigan are still winning the game. So, kick the ball up in the air, and anything could happen.
I stand corrected, Jonathan.
Substitution for the
That was
Wigan
only a
Warriors,
forward.
number 9, Michael
Well, I disagree with Jonathan Ray. I think that was a good kick because it put the ball out of play. The 12 men that can form the scrum and get the defensive line ready to restrict the Wigan goal forward.
Thank you, John. Here we are then. Plenty to talk about, plenty of incident. This is what the Carnegie Challenge Cup is all about. Last tackle for Wigan. Richards keeping it low this time. And Royston picks it up. He needs good speed. He needs to gain ground.
Substitution for the Wigan Warriors, number 20.
He's had a good game, hasn't he, Shad Royston? He's had a very good game. The problems of the high kicks in the first half. He's always been a threat with ball in hand, and he supports really well.
Yes, if you've been playing in front of him, John, there's a confidence there.
Matt Diskin goes on to replace number 11.
Jeffries.
Olivia Elema.
Matt Diskin coming on for Olivia Elema. There he is now, the acting half-back. Platt. This Michael Platt has been dangerous down the right wing all afternoon, John.
That's good kick
Play
pressure,
on.
but it's...
Just couldn't pick it up.
Well, that could be a turning point there. If Andy Lynch could have claimed that ball, it would have been back to 1, and they'd have had another good set in great field position.
He was a little too adventurous, really, trying to pick it up. Might have been as well to just drop on it.
I agree with you again, Ray.
Wigan Warriors, number 14.
That's afterthought.
Prescott goes on to replace number 15.
5 tackles remaining in this sequence now. And Wigan actually, John, playing this game now much closer to the ruck area. First receiver coming away with it time and time again. This time, Paul Prescott.
It's Teddy-like, isn't it, this Bradford Bulls defence?
Yep.
It really is.
Wigan have suddenly stopped moving the ball, John. They're just playing for position, aren't they, and keeping possession. Royston's there again. He's got to get over that line. Yes, he does. Again, calmly taken.
Yeah, great composure then, a great urgency to get in the field of play.
Arvan holding the ball, allowing his forwards to get back. 10 minutes remaining, 4 points only the difference. Wigan in the lead, 22-18. That's a good kick.
Yep. There's the
Sends
get out of
Richards
jail
right
card.
back. But Bradford have got to get up there. They've got to press. Oh, it's gone dead, but it's still a good kick. Wigan still to kick off that 20-metre line. But Kyle Briggs, a signing this season from Featherstone Rovers, had a very good game, John.
Yeah, and he kicked that ball 8 metres from his own goal line, and it's gone out of the field of play. So that's a heck of a kick there from Briggs, and he's had a real good game. Well, I think the majority of these Bradford Bulls players can feel happy with their input into this game.
Paul Prescott driving it in. Luluai looking for support from the pack. He finds it with Lee Mossop, the Cumbrian lad. Richards, this is better. Arvan.
They keep coming at this Bradford right-hand side defence, don't they?
They certainly are. Last tackle. Now then, is this the kick? It is from Finch. Again, Royston in position. Spent a lot of time with the championship sides, Doncaster, Batley and Halifax before finally being elevated to Super League this year, but certainly proving the point. Jamie Langley. Diskin. 8 minutes remaining, 4 points the difference. Wigan 22, Bradford 18.
All on.
Pat Richards.
Look at that chase.
Yep, good chase.
Very good chase indeed. Put the ball in the corner, great chase.
One or two of the Wigan forwards walking back, John.
Stand to.
Well, they certainly know they've been in a contest, Ray, they do.
Certainly do. Andy Coley taking it forward.
Move. Hold. Go.
McAlorum to Luluai. Good tackle. Play on. No, he's given the
Yeah, the knock on.
the knock on.
There's a touchage on the
Yes.
far side there, helping Steve Gantz now.
Mr. Thomason.
Back the scrum. You're a man missing.
Good decision. Just note the little earpieces and the walkie-talkie communication there between referee and touch judge.
What were you, Alan?
Yeah, did a really good job there, didn't he?
He did. It's needed, John, because the game is so fast now.
It is.
Okay, lock in. Okay. Out. One. Move. Hold. Hold.
I just sense at the moment, John, the way we're going to closing this game down in the middle, do they think 4 points is sufficient with 7 minutes remaining? I mean, it's 13 men to 12. This is better.
Again at the right-hand side of the Bulls. But there's a nervousness, Ray, I believe.
Yes.
I think it's because the quest for Wembley is so important to the coaching staff, the club, the players. But here's Tommy Lulai.
Oh, good tackle. Last-ditch tackle there by Diskin. This is a chance for Wigan. Finch. Good tackle by Langley. Can he get the ball away? No, he can't. The last tackle. Desperate defence here from the Bulls. Wigan fans behind those poles. Oh, it's a knockdown. That'll be another set of 6. Yes, it is.
Well, that could perhaps break the Bulls' heart if the Warriors score in this set.
Good running there from Liam Farrell.
Move. Hold. Hold. Go.
10 metres from that line. Oh, McAlorum hesitating. Costa tackle.
Move.
Prescott. Finch. Nice ball. Beautiful ball, and that's in. That's a try. No doubt about it for Liam Farrell. And it's that man, Finch, again, delivering the short pass on the short side that has surely put paid to a wonderful effort from the Bradford Bulls. But persistence in the pack around that play the ball area has paid off. Liam Farrell, the try scorer.
Yeah, and it's where Jeffries came out there to close the shift down, but he played at the ball. They got the next set of 6, man down on the floor, and a lovely little pass there from Finch to Farrell. Real good finish, but that was quality skill there from Brett Finch. The weighting of the pass was superb. Farrell just sitting on his shoulder, came into the gap and had the presence of mind to reach out and put the ball over the line. I think that could be the game breaker, Ray.
Yeah, Wigan Young Player of the Year last year, Liam Farrell. And Pat Richards. Oh, and the wind, you could see the wind just taking it away. He struck the ball well, it was on target, but once it got in the air, it was away. So, content with 4 points, but I think those 4 points, John, will now be enough.
That was lovely play, wasn't it, from Finch? Sublime skill there, weighting of the pass. It engaged the defender and Farrell in the gap, but gone for the short kick off there.
Well, will it be enough? Good kick. The Bradford formed the scrum very, very quickly. The clock is stopped. Just less than 4 minutes remaining. Means Bradford scoring twice. Yep, mistake there by young Josh Charnley.
They've certainly thrown lots of different options at the Warriors, haven't they? Caused them all sorts of problems, Ray. But they need a score this set.
Good ball. Just over 10 metres from this Wigan line. Can Bradford strike again? Lestrange. Briggs.
2. Move. Hold.
Wigan
Go.
moving out very, very quickly. Andy Lynch, nice offload. Back again, Royston, Elima.
Well, I think they had a bit of an overlap there. It needed to go through the hands.
2 metres. Jeffries, Lestrange trying to work his way around, but this Wigan defence moving in quickly. Just 2 more tacklers remaining in this sequence. Good shot, ball! Oh, he's lost it, but it was a forward pass. And that surely must be the last chance for the Bulls, John.
Yeah, almost, wasn't it? It was Kyle Briggs just slightly forward, but Whitehead hitting the gap at pace, and Briggs almost creating that half chance for him.
Okay, lads, lock in.
A tremendous effort from the Bulls. Remember, they've been down to 12 men since that first half dismissal of Gareth Rayner for the high tackle on Sam Tompkins. And sadly, Sam Tompkins not able to take any further part in the game. But all credit to the Bulls. They've shown commitment, they've shown courage. But it looks as if Wigan coach Michael Maguire's side still on target to get a little bit further on the Challenge Cup trail.
Yeah, well, there's been a number of contenders for the Carnegie Challenge Cup Man of the Match. Loughlin's contributed, Pat Richards has with his move to fullback, Briggs has been very good for Bradford, and Shad Royston. But for me, the best player on the field today has been Brett Finch, with that game-breaking try and assisting others as well. He's had a real good game as that guy, and fully earned the plaudits.
Very solid player, John, and does a lot of talking in the game, which is good around that ruck area. Avan. Despite the unsavoury couple of incidents in the first half, 8 good tries in this match, 5 to Wigan, 3 to Bradford.
Oh, it's been a cracking game, Ray, and the Bulls have done themselves justice. They'll take great heart and great confidence from this performance. And the Warriors, of course, they'll go through. Mission accomplished.
Good running. Jeffries. Oh, that's a knockdown, surely. Be a scrum down, I think. Yep.
Scrum.
And the enthusiasm of this Bradford Bulls side can be seen following this knock-on. The speed with which they run to the scrum to get the scrum formed, get the clock stopped until the ball is put in.
Lock in. Out.
Just over a minute remaining.
They're not going to score twice, Ray, are they? They may well post 1 try, but that won't be enough. It's been a cracking Challenge Cup tie, it really has.
Jeffries, nice little slip down there to Langley. And Mick Potter, well, he'll be upset, but I think he can be proud of this side today. Former St Helens coach and had the distinction of taking the Catalan Dragons to Wembley. But Bradford still going. Here's a chance. Royston again coming up well. Can they score in this next 30 seconds? Ball moving sweetly. Arvan, is he in? Yes, he is! And Patrick Arvan goes in for his second try. They're just looking for the touching and the grounding with the video referee. Mr. Silverwood will decide that. It won't affect, I think, the results of this game. But Patrick Arvan could have grabbed a second try.
Well, it's all on this. Does it ground the ball? Is the downward pressure? I think there is.
I think there is. I think the pressure is still on the end of that ball, John.
I think that's a try.
Arvan, who's proved a prolific try scorer for Bradford this season, came into this game on 114 points and has picked up a couple of tries.
Good pass there by Jeffries.
Well, we hope a couple of tries.
Incorrect decision there from Daryl Goulding. But there it is. I think there's pressure.
I do. I think the
Downward
pressure on
pressure.
the end of that ball.
And if there's downward pressure, that's a try.
As I say, it will not make any difference to the result of this game, but I think it's what Bradford, for their commitment and their enthusiasm, possibly deserve. Is it a try? Yes, it is. Mr. Silverwood. Precision for the 4-pointer. And they may have lost, but those Welford fans are happy and right to be so. With the kick, a little bit too hurriedly. 26-22, no time to continue though. That's the final score of the afternoon. 26-22 to Wigan. They will move on to the draw for the quarter-finals on Monday. And for all the tremendous performance of the Bulls, they still haven't beaten Wigan in the Challenge Cup tie in Odsal in 38 years. But a good effort.